Hey everybody. And we get back to work. Maybe Brandon will come back, maybe he won't. We'll see. Hey, what's up, Ash? Let me zoom in here. And Brandon's trying this. Yo.
Hello, everybody. I'm back.
You gonna get the podcast up?
Yeah, I just got back, so that'll be my next thing. Any preference on what picture you would like me to use for the cast? I was thinking.
Talk about Delicious in Dungeon, that'd be cool. Gives me holding up the book, or I don't know, something with the book. Grab the image from Amazon, I don't care.
Alright. Can do. Delicious and Dungeon. Which issue is this one for? 5? 4?
5.
Nice. So how was your day, Rob?
Just had to invoice and get caught up on paperwork. And got prints in that have to get shipped out. So for power prints that I thought I had inventory for until it all got melted.
Yeah.
So I had to reorder, and that takes another week or two. You know. And they got a new key op, so then he's like, and on this one, this over here, and then he can't. He thinks the SketchCraft logo is getting covered up when I, you know. So when I just mask that stuff out, you know, that kind of shit. So you got to go through it all over again. You know.
Delicious and Dungeon. It's a funny name. Are you still keeping to that same sleep schedule you were doing last week, or are you finding yourself sleeping past that or staying up past that?
During the day or the night?
Night. Like how
Now,
late
now
do
I'm
you
up
stay
at now I'm up at during the fucking day, so it's ridiculous. It's consistent, but now I'm just up during the day. It's just the way it works. It wasn't my choice. It's just the wife keeps asking me to do things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like no matter what, it's like, well, you know, not everyone. I'm just like, ugh.
Alright. Let's make a thumbnail.
I win so many battles. I just know when to give up. You know, I'm gonna give this one up. She can have this one. She's learning today because she wasn't. She didn't wake up late, but she didn't wake up at the time I would normally get her up at.
Uh-huh.
So, cut into her morning prep. I could hear it. I'm like, oh, had to wake yourself up today, did you?
It's funny. The Rob alarm did not ring.
It's just, you know, to get certain things, you got to give up other things, right? She doesn't take that into account. So,
Podcast live #1.
but I'm gonna have to start getting up earlier just to get her up and then go back to sleep, which is unreasonable, but you know, that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Pick and choose my battles.
Want to hear my dirty laundry?
Did you break the computer again?
No, I've never broken it. And if she broke it again, then I'd be like, hey man, turns out I'm single now.
Hey man.
Hey man.
The minute you start any conversation with your wife with "Hey man," you're not getting laid for a month.
I did. Let's see. But no, she just needs to get her shit together, and we hashed it out pretty good over that. So yeah, it's not fun for her, but some things needed to be said.
What, with the computer?
No, just I'll fuck it. I'll just air it out anyways. She's not gonna hear this, or she might. She listens to the cast sometimes at work. Um, Basically, she was just fuck. I don't want to get myself in trouble, man. It just
Too late now.
we squashed it. Well, it's not too late. I haven't said anything yet, but she just basically wasn't being responsible and adult like, and it just was getting to a point where it's like, hey, you gotta fucking get your shit together. So that's how that went down.
With the art or with that shit I had to solve 2 years ago?
You're trying to get it out of me, aren't you? Oh man, Rob
Just
really wants me to just say
with
it.
the art or that stuff like from 2 years ago?
Yeah, not like 2 years ago, but just very minor, but just inconsiderateness. She's just being very selfish the last couple of weeks, and just also the computer thing. You know, it was like it pissed me off again, and the fact that she was being selfish again, and I just got super mad. Just little shit. Like, I go to the gym all the time. You know that. I'm really into getting in shape because I want to live longer because my health was fucking horrendous. You know, I went from 310 pounds plus to I'm now I was 247, but I put back on 3 pounds, but that's nothing. So I've lost about 60 some pounds. And she was complaining that she hasn't lost any weight, none of her clothes fit. And I said, well, you don't ever go to the gym with me. You just sit at home. You know, I go all the time. That was a problem. Then, you know, my work shoes, I have fucking holes in my work shoes. Like, literally, you could stick your finger through the bottom. And I haven't complained, but, like, she wanted to do one of those Ragnar run shit that, you know, those race things that
Oh, she thinks she's gonna lose it all in one weekend of hard work, right?
in a month.
Right. So if I just go kill myself so I can't walk anymore,
Right.
that's gonna solve all my problems.
And I was like, and it pissed me off. I said, listen, you know, you weren't getting in shape from me, but all of a sudden now you want to do this run with your friends and you're gonna kill yourself. Like, no, that's not gonna work.
And she did this marathon thing not too long ago, so you folks are out there wondering. And you know, man, I told Brandon, I'm like, oh, so she dead yet? And he's like, well, pretty close. And I'm like, you know, so you know, like that kind of muscle failure is really bad.
Yeah.
That's why so many Joes in the military end up with fucking life-altering damage to their body at the ages of like 21, 22, 23. You know, because you're doing muscle failure 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
You know, and those fucking marathons, like, I don't know what it is, man. What people, and they think, I run fucking 15 fucking miles. I can march 25, dude. You know, and let me tell you what it does. It just breaks you. It's not good. You know, that's why you see how many marathon runners a year die of heart attacks.
Right. And she it was supposed to be free because they asked her, they needed someone to fill a spot. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, by the way, it's $140.
Yeah, now she's spending money to get fucked up.
I told her, oh, trust me,
that's hilarious.
I was like, you're gonna pay $140 to go run outside up some hills? I was like, oh,
That's hilarious.
Like, here I'm at work with holes in my shoes, you know, at my work shoes, and I'm like, we got bills to pay. Like, I don't buy anything. Like, I have some figurines that I used to get like cheap at Comic Cons. You know, if I had a $20, $30 here and there, and they're like, yeah, these go cheap, but I don't have a lot of shit. I have a car, one car.
You're supposed to be saving up for a new computer. She spent $100. She's forgotten about all that stuff, right?
She didn't spend it.
But she's forgetting about all those things.
So
you see how that works? They forget about the crises.
Oh, I trust me. I
Yeah.
yeah, she's asleep. I was fucking. I mean, then
Well, you only
other
owe
little.
$120,000 on your
Yeah,
student loans, right?
yeah, and other little things that just started to add up and piss me off, and she realized it. She realized she was being selfish. I was like, yeah, you are, and we squashed it and see if things get better. So that's my nice way, everybody, of throwing my wife under the bus but she deserves to be under the bus. So it just kind of, it's all fine.
Well, I gave her shit to do, so if it's not due in 2 weeks, she's gonna hear about it.
Yeah. Oh, she knows.
I hope she does, because I'm
Oh, she
not gonna
will.
remind her daily. I don't
Oh, I
work
know.
like that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
No,
so we're definitely gonna be doing that Tater Time cast the next time I have to talk to you about making Trello lists or whatever. So I'm gonna call it Tater Time. I'll come up with some real stupid music for you.
that's fine. But technically, I did try calling you yesterday to try to figure out what was up with that cover, like where the gray area of when it goes from construction to, because sometimes you do so much in the. It's like when you want me, your these commissions, you want me to, it's now mixed media because you do so much that
Yeah, okay,
sometimes
I
I'm just
changed that, but everything else has been normal for the same
no,
fucking thing for
no, I
100
get it.
videos, and you start changing it. You start getting Brandon. I watched how many callous artists do this, and then I see they don't understand why they're in trouble with the art director, and I'm like, you're changing things up for no reason. But when the thing and he said something in the meeting the one time, and then I was thinking, well, maybe that applies here. I'm like, yeah, you're thinking. Did you do what they asked? Did you do what he asked you to do? When I asked you to make a change, you make the change. But when you've been doing things right and then you start changing it, I don't understand that.
I get it.
You know? In the military, I can at least make you drop. Once people have to do push-ups or roll around the fucking sand a few times, dude, they start doing things right. It's quite amazing how that works out.
I do plenty of.
Posted your
Oh,
first piece
sorry.
online, didn't get many views. Yeah, well, welcome to the club, Tongue. It's time in, man. Don't worry about it. Just make good art and get it out there in every way you can. Don't worry. And don't feel bad because I would have killed in high school to even have more than. No one looked at my art. You're lucky if someone in art class was
Hey,
able to see
nobody's
your
to
shit.
this day. Nobody looks at my art, so
Yeah. Half the times I tell Brandon goes, "Hey, you want to see it?" I'm like, "No." I already know what it's going to look like
hmm.
because you just haven't. I know you haven't had enough time in to have any meaningful improvement for me.
See,
It's true.
I never even watched the. Did you watch the Cannon Busters thing from the Kickstarter?
The pilot?
Yeah,
Yeah, like a while back.
yeah, I never watched it.
You didn't watch it. You paid for the fucking thing.
No, I know. I forgot. I donate to some cool shit and I just forget. Like the Battle Chasers thing, I always forget.
No, I picked the Switch as my fucking platform, and that shit's coming out later. I knew they were having optimization issues on the Switch. So.
I picked Xbox One, obviously.
That's shocking.
Well, I don't have a Switch.
That's why I said shocking.
You can buy me a Switch.
Have I not bought you enough? Do you not have enough stuff that I've...
Are you
Whatever
not
money you've spent on me,
entertained?
I've already spent on your fucking markers. Plus God knows what else I've helped you with,
Are you not entertained?
Yeah. Plus the endless art advice.
Oh.
I've given you enough. Hey, what's up, Josh? Views and likes only equal views and likes. I don't get too bothered by it. I didn't get any of my art gigs because I was super famous. I got it because I made quality work and the right person saw it. That's all you needed to think about. making quality work. How many times have I seen artists that can't draw or shit got 1 million views, so it doesn't impress me any, you know? And then they end up in a situation where they gotta make something outside their comfort zone, and they're like, I just don't draw that way, or that's how I do it, those excuses. And you're like, well, you know, I've seen artists do that. Well, you know, this is how I do it. And they're like, uh-huh, okay. Well, you can walk your ass right out the door. Feel bad for them, dude, you know? When people don't have the skill set to go beyond what they're comfortable doing, you know? I used to feel bad for Brandon, now I don't.
See.
It's true, I used to be real supportive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that changed. Brandon creates that. You know? I don't like wasting my fucking time. If I give someone advice and then a year later they're asking me for advice and the answer I gave them a year ago would be the same answer I get, then I'm like, oh, you fucking dick. You just want to waste my night making you feel better about yourself is what you want.
Have you seen Mario Kart VR?
Yeah? I sent you a link 2 weeks ago.
I didn't
Your
get
phone sucks, bro. I even posted a link on the Twitter. I said, this is what VR needs.
it. Have
VR
you played
needs
it?
full games. No, it's only available in Japan. It's not available on VR sets. You have to go to an arcade. It's only available in arcades. But that's the kind of gaming, dude, I'm talking about. Like, you know, you need real game experiences.
Yeah, that'd be wild. I saw one a while back that was pretty cool. Where it's uh, like a spray paint VR app where that you could do, you know, spray painting on the wall and art and stuff. I liked it.
Give you a link. I've already put the document up for the next podcast in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And there's a link to a film you need to watch. We're going to cover it.
Right,
And
the
I'm
Star
gonna,
Wars one.
no, this is the Sweatbox. We're gonna do the Star Wars one as a separate one with Rich. And if I can get Kyle on there.
So not me on the Star Wars one?
Yeah, you. I just didn't put that one up in there yet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that, but I just want to get. Oh, don't worry. It's not gonna go into your eyes. The goal isn't VR through your eyes. The goal is VR into your mind, which is what Gabe Newell has been saying forever. The reason why they developed the 3D tools for Vive isn't so you can play that shit in your living room with the headset on your eyes. It's because the tools to navigate three-dimensional space in VR will translate to when they can project VR into your mind. So those tool sets will transfer over regardless of the technology, unlike, say, mobile controls where it's a product of, you know, battery technology and sliding your hand across screens, which, you know, at some point we won't have screens for phones. You have augmented reality where it's just projected. Or what if it just flips and people are like, fuck screens on phones? It's going to happen. Flip phones are coming back now. VR right now is where fucking Pong was in the 70s. So early. I mean, those playing Pong knew some crazy games were going to be in the future. Even with competitive gaming, when you like look at Tron and shit like that, you know, like, oh look, they're doing competitive gaming and permadeath and all that bullshit. But no one could have actually seen, you know, Call of Duty or shit, even BlizzCon, you know, StarCraft leagues and shit like that. Let alone games like Uncharted, which have better visuals than any of the movies coming out in the early 80s, you know, like, it's crazy.
What's a movie that isn't out on VR or 3D that you would like to watch with your 3D VR? Like, what would be a cool
Well,
experience?
there's no 360 movies, dude. So you know you can't see like 360. I mean, I watch movies with my headset on just because I have my own private movie theater.
Right.
You
Okay, so
know,
what's a 3D movie that isn't 3D you would like to be converted to 3D?
The Abyss.
Would you feel claustrophobic with headphones on and the
No,
headset on?
no. Have I always done the bold outline? Nope. Started doing this about what, a year ago, year or
Yeah.
two. Looks fine when it prints. Looks like an appropriate boldness. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just like that earlier. Remember, like the Ed McGuinness used to do it back in the day. You know, I think Bachala did. Oh, Bachala puts way too many blacks on his art these days. I can't even see half of it. I get why though, saves time.
Hmm.
I just don't like the coloring he does on his stuff. I prefer the old liquid style coloring over his art. That weird green pink palette. Mustards. Not my thing. I got another big dog cover to do. Can't wait. I love it when Tom goes through like a life change. He's all nice to me. Gives me lots of props, you know. Then he gets some success and it's like forgets me. It's fun. We'll be hanging out here in a couple months.
You and Tom, or me and you?
I guess both.
You sound so excited. You just can't hide it. Right?
Was that a Saved by the Bell reference?
I was more,
Oh,
I'm so excited.
that's
I just can't hide
yeah,
it.
that's her. It's Jesse doing the song on Saved by the Bell.
And I know Rob likes me.
Oh, see, you're about to get real gay. It's not the lyric. Ashley,
It is.
this is
It
funny.
is.
She's like, I like the chunky, and she's like, ah, shit. I'm like,
Yeah. She said I'm voluptuous. Which, nice way of saying I'm fat.
I don't know. Her mom seems to think you're big boned.
Yeah. Her mom is a very nice lady.
Who was forced to eat at a real shitty buffet.
It's alright, I brought over the beefcake.
Dude, we're just gonna go to Panda Express next year, right? It's right down the street.
I'd rather just cook for us in the fucking hotel
No,
room.
I really don't want the smell of food in the fucking hotel room. I had to order breakfast that morning to get that fucking Soul Reaver done. And the whole room,
Just reeked of it.
yeah, but I did not have the time to deal with the 40 fucking minute
Right.
elevator ride. It was like so ridiculous. It was like the least expensive thing I could get. And it was like still like 20 something dollars.
Time to fix that thumbnail. Construction. There we go.
You need to check the ghouls and ghosts ones too to make sure that's inking or if it's roughy, whatever it is. I don't think it's roughy because I didn't stream the roughy on it. That looks like final art to me.
Well, hmm. I guess the ghouls and ghosts ones would be digital inking. Then you didn't post the construction rough here, right?
I didn't stream it. You can't just autopilot these things. They're not.
Right.
Gotta
So
look
to
and.
me, that's all right. I got it.
I don't stream every process, Brandon. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
I don't stream the roughy and the inks and I stream things. Sometimes all of it. Sometimes all of a section. Sometimes all of it. I hardly ever stream roughies because I don't like the fucking input. I was working on
Okay.
the roughie on this, and I got people going, change the foot, change it, and I'm like, I can't.
Gotcha.
I don't want to hear it, when I'm doing my layouts.
I'll fix it. Digital
Starts to turn into like draw by committee, and I try to explain to people, I'm like, then what happens if, you got to explain why you did something to a client, and you're like, well, the fucking YouTube channel said I should do it, you know what I mean? Like, this is not,
Right.
I have to leave the problem solving up to me, because I'm the one who's going to have to solve the fucking problems when they want the changes.
Let's change this. One.
Would I ever go back to a studio environment or stay freelance? I don't think there's ever going to be a studio in where I'm living. You know, the closest thing I've seen to it is sometimes these real estate places out here hire a graphic designer to like do their brochures. But in terms of like this, I mean, the only thing for like drawing in a studio are like L.A., New York, Seattle. I'm not gonna leave. So I guess that's never gonna happen. It dawned on me the other day when I was watching Amnesia Fortnite, and I was like watching people pack up at the end of the day, and I was like just looking at it, I'm like, I guess I'm never gonna work in an art department ever again. You know?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna walk by the wall of stuff that we're working on. And I was like, you sad about that? I'm like, I don't know what to think about it. You know? I think it's a fucking shame. Seems like I could be doing a lot more, but there's not a lot more for me to do. I don't model, and I'm not going to live in Seattle, LA, New York, San Francisco, so Texas, so you know.
When I win the lottery, Rob, I'll get us a nice studio. That way you could yell at me in person.
Do I yell?
No.
No.
But it's better to say that on the stream.
I don't yell. I talk a lot when I get excited about talking about movies. But when I'm mad, I get deathly serious. Right?
One thing you do not want to experience is Rob excited about a movie in a car. It's like it's so loud your ears will bleed. You get super loud in the car, and I'm just like, holy shit! Oh my god, good times. No, you don't really yell anymore. It's more like that old saying people say where like the parents would be like, "I'm not mad at you, I'm just disappointed," and then it's like, "Oh, that's worse."
Yeah, except now I'm like, I'm mad at you. I just don't care if we never talk ever again. And you control that because I'm very, very close to never talking ever again. You know, you're hanging by a thread here because I don't want my Saturday to be, well, wonder how I'm going to talk to Brandon about this. You know? I don't want that in my life. Easiest way to do that is to not have to put up with Brandon anymore.
We have a good friendship. And then Rob will say,
we're not friends.
there you go. Take you a second.
The problem, if I was your friend, you wouldn't get shit done. You don't respond well to that. What flicks? I guess Thor, Star Wars. Maybe Blade Runner, but I don't know, man. Who knows what that's going to be like. I'm looking forward to Stranger Things too. and Defenders more than I am. I mean, I'm looking forward to Star Wars. I am every year, but now. But there just isn't a lot coming out. I mean, I don't actually, I'm thinking now, I don't actually think Justice League will come out in November, man. I would be shocked. I
Yeah.
say it's got a 60% to 70% chance of not actually of being delayed. How did this go?
You made me yawn, damn it.
Well, I was about to cough, so I tried to turn it into a yawn. I
Thanks.
don't want to cough.
Cough. Cough for us, Rob.
It's getting old, man. I'm really, really getting tired of it. How long have I been sequencing? Since the beginning of July. So I want to say since July 5th.
Forever.
Over a month, man.
All right, let's fix some tater mistakes. All right, first up on the docket, Wonder Boy, fixing that.
Hey, what's up, Garland? I only get it when I go near airplanes or movie theaters.
Mm-hmm. It's Rob's weakness. The public.
Poorly ventilated public germ tubs. Believe me, every time I go to the theater and I hear one guy coughing, I'm like, you fucking asshole. You know? They didn't have to be there. Can't imagine it could be.
Hey, when I put the title for the ghouls and ghosts, do you want me to put the N with the little
Just the way it's spelled.
right.
All you gotta do is copy the text from
Right.
online and paste it in there.
Yep, just double checking.
No problem, Garland. Sure, it's gotta be boring. Has British fan. No, he stopped watching it. You read the comments.
The volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Podcast from tonight is up. I fixed the Ghouls and Ghosts covers to a digital inks, and I fixed the Wonder Boy to part 1 of Construction Ruffy. And then I will just... So.
All right, now you got artwork to work on.
Yep. Actually, I'm going to add real quick the links in the podcast. And then I'll work on art.
You need to be saving stuff for sharing on Cast, man. I'm not putting all the casts together myself.
Okay.
Later, Josh.
Later.
Am I getting Sonic Mania? Yeah, for the Switch. After I'm done with these covers. Otherwise, I won't get any work done. A lot of my gaming time is going to be playing retro games for Game Cave. Since I have to write all the material, I gotta fucking play the games again. Because I don't trust writing from memory. And I'm not going to read a bunch of reviews, take notes, and make up my own opinion. I know a lot of people do. That's why I initially paid people to do it, and then I felt like I've read some of this stuff, and I'm like, I wonder if they fucking look around. And then I was like, man, I never want to be accused of plagiarism, you know? So I paid everyone, and then I threw away all their work. Not to say they did it, only way I can guarantee it is to do it myself. So, play about 10 hours of any game and you can form a coherent opinion about it. I watch them do it at Play and Game Fam. And with Game Cave, I only need a semi-coherent opinion. So. But I'm considering when I do it, streaming, just to try to monetize some level. Like, I don't know. Try to make it some kind of group event, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to do that through YouTube Gaming or Twitch. I don't know. I'm not gonna be like, are you trying to turn into? You gonna stop drawing? You gonna turn into a streamer? Like, no, I'm not gonna be streaming games. So I gotta write stuff on this, and so may as well.
I came here for the art, man.
Although it'll be annoying when I'm in the middle and I just hit pause to write my thoughts down. You know, that'll piss people off. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna piss them off.
That's
'Cause that's
gonna
how
annoy some people.
What are you doing? I'm like, I gotta write this shit down, dude. Do.
The fuck, man? Come on, just.
Comic-Con trailers? I don't know. It's always better when we get Richard for that stuff, and he's just so not available. For an unemployed guy who lives at home, he just doesn't have a lot of free time.
Damn.
What? It's true. So I'm trying to get him for Empire Strikes Back Revisited review in a week or two. But I don't really watch trailer reaction videos anyway, so it's not really. We tried it. You know, it was fun when either Rich comes on and he's got some crazy fucking shit to say, or I thought it was a little more fun. It was fun as well when Bacon hated every fucking thing. I thought that was fun. But Brandon generally goes, I like it. And then, you know.
Only if you. I mean, if you like it, then I don't like it. But, you know. I don't like everything. I have opinions and thoughts.
It's questionable.
My thoughts are questionable, or it's questionable that I have thoughts.
Right.
All the above.
Sure.
All right.
Discussion reaction on the Ninja Turtles movie. Yeah, it's because the movie sucked. Like, and it was fun to bag on it. So when some crazy shit comes around that's super divisive, yeah, absolutely. Probably when Justice League comes out. You know, but none of the trailers were like divisive, right? It was like, hey, these trailers are cool. I don't really care for Ready Player One. I tried reading the book, and since I know all the nostalgia, I know the history of all this stuff really, really well. The book was just Willy Wonka, and I don't really agree with VR being people are going to stand and walk around like robot jocks. Like, it's so stupid. They're going to pretend you're going to get up and pretend you're opening a door with VR. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know, you have to put on a helmet. So I don't know. Ready Player One is just not my thing. I've tried. You know, you want to make a VR game, dude? Make fucking movie, make sword art. That's more my kind of shit right there. The Thor trailer was cool. I'll tell you, man, at Comic-Con, my favorite trailer was Stranger Things 2, Thor, and then Justice League. But the Stranger Things 2 fucking trailer was the shit. Like, that was fucking awesome. It was so awesome.
Yeah. That's probably be with, like, Thor and Stranger Things would be tied, and then, yeah. I mean, Thor
Faith
looked pretty
in Justice League? I don't have faith in anybody. You know, like, do I think it'll be a good movie? I think they're trying to make it a good movie. Put it that way. They wouldn't be spending an additional $25 million. You know, they try to just They try to just re-edit a film with, you know, Suicide Squad. Did it make money? Yeah, but Warner Bros. Does like good reviews. They're not used to their comic book movies getting shit reviews. So not since Catwoman. You know, this is all kind of new for them. So,
Right.
But you know, fixing, you know, like I said, weird films with weird character arcs and stories that they don't agree with, you know, in the editing room isn't going to cut it. They're actually have to go back and shoot shit, you know, which is what they're doing. So I have faith that they're trying to make a good movie. Whether that will be possible, who knows? They rolled right into production on Justice League. And remember, it was going to be 2 movies. They were making Justice League 1 and 2 simultaneously. So you were really, initially, were getting half a film. And then they dropped that after the backlash, from BVS and everything. And they're like, we're just focusing on the 1 movie. And who knows how that got condensed down, I could tell you right now, man, I don't give a fuck about mother boxes. You know what I mean? Nobody in the theater, dude, other than me and 3 sweaties, were sitting there fucking listening to Lex Luthor go ping, 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 and even know what that shit meant.
Right.
You know? So, I don't geek out just because they show some comic shit in a film, dude. The general audience is pretty daft. I mean, you show a Robin costume in the movie and they don't fucking know what that means, So,
all right. Making art. I'll be right back, Rob.
mm-hmm. I personally question whether that movie's even coming out in November. Honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if they moved it to March. Remember, they delayed BVS an entire year. Oh, well. We don't know. The trailer for The Phantom Menace was pretty awesome, too. So I cannot begin to tell you whether if a trailer accurately represents the film or not. I know for a fact when they made the Suicide Squad trailer, that trailer did not reflect the tone of that movie, and then they went and edited the film to make it reflect the tone of the trailer. How much of that's happening now? Don't know. Thoughts on the Han Solo? Uh, that's a different scenario altogether. The Han Solo thing is a case where they have a really good script. That's what I've heard, that they have a really good script, and they hired a directing team that is really used to improving a majority of the comedy in their films, which means a majority of the film, you know? And so that was a case where they're like, we have this, you know, the film could have ended up being much more jokey than it probably should have been. And rather than fix it, you know, the directors decided to walk away. So I think they're just going back, spending the money. That's a rookie mistake, man. You know, it's them trying to hire new talent, new fresh talent, and having to deal with the fact that new fresh talent doesn't really always play ball. So Ron Howard is not producing or writing anything like he did on. He produced, co-produced The Dark Tower, produced, co-produced Cowboys versus Aliens, which means he has say on this or that. He's just going in there to get shit done. Kazan's really in charge of that film. So they get a benefit of the doubt, man. They fixed Rogue One. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed The Force Awakens. So. You haven't seen them put out a trailer for Solo for a good reason. And I can tell you, having worked on Star Wars merchandise, you don't want too much humor in your Star Wars. You want it fun, but you don't want like that fucking, what was that one they were making? Detours? What's up, Dom? I guess Brandon took the night off, huh? Have you been going at it when I went to bed?
All right, I'm back.
Well, we did podcasts and we did other stuff.
I'm here. Hey, Dom. Every time I see Dom's name, I just think of Toretto. Just sharing that with everybody.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Hey, Mega Spud. That's hilarious.
Hey, don't make fun of my name.
You know, but I think the difference between the Lucasfilm thing and the Justice League thing is Kathleen Kennedy and them came right out and said what they're doing, and they're doing it. No one knows what the fuck Warner's up to. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we're doing it, but we're not, but then we are, but then we're not. We don't know. That's something else. Like I told you, I've heard really good things about the script from Han Solo, that it was a great script, and that they basically weren't shooting it. You know, and it's like, I don't know what to say about that. You know, if someone gives me fucking, if the people I'm working for give me notes and I fucking straight up don't do it, then, you know, then they're like, hey, either make the changes or we'll get someone else to do it, you know. Well, we're not going to make the changes. Well, okay. Then.
Is the movie still going to be made, though?
Yeah, it's being made right now. Dude, Ron Howard's fucking posting pics all every day. You know what, man? I would have killed I would have fucking killed during the Phantom Menace after Lucas walks out. You can see that on that documentary, the very first one they released with the videotape and shit. I think it's on the DVD, so you can get it. When the first time they screened the Phantom Menace, and Lucas is sitting in his room with McCollum and Ben Burton, they kind of look flabbergasted. And Lucas goes, I may have gone too far in some spots. I would love to have heard that he's reshooting a third of the movie, you know what I mean? Like half the movie to make it right, versus just rolling with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it a pain in the ass way of fixing it? Is it the way you want to work all the time? No. You know? But at least the goal is to make a good movie. Not to be like, well, you know, they'll eat anything we hand them. It's Star Wars, you know? Like, that is what would scare me. They'll lap this shit up, you know?
Yeah. Everything's good, Dom. Thank you for asking. Just trying to get back on track since the computer fiasco, and it's just taking me a little longer to do so, but other than that, everything's fine.
Was Lucas too proud for reshoots? Lucas was just too proud to get any fucking input, man. You should go read the interview Gary Kurtz did in April of 2001. Or 2000, I can't remember. It might have been 2000. It's after the Phantom Menace. I think it was April 2000. Gary Kurtz was producer on THX 1138, American Graffiti, Star Wars, and Empire, and he quit.
THX was such a fucking boring movie.
Yeah, but it was a student film. So when you see the student film, it worked great, but he turned it into a big film, which it didn't. There wasn't enough meat there for it.
Right.
So the student film is pretty fucking awesome. You know, but it's dense science fiction. Like, it's not your kind of shit, bro. You know, it's like when Joe tells me he likes science fiction, then I give him Blade Runner. He's like, I can't take it. It's too slow. I'm like, that's science fiction.
Yeah.
He thinks Doctor Who's science fiction. I'm like, no, it's a children's show in space. Like, it's for kids.
You're gonna get a thumbs down from a Doctor Who fan.
I'm a Doctor Who fan. Just rewatching fucking season 6. It's the transfer. It's that big crossover between Donna. All of them, dude. All of them are there. It's that big fucking Bad Wolf fight before Matt Smith came on board.
The best Doctor Who.
That's not everyone believes that, Brandon. That was your first.
Him.
Yeah, so that's how it works.
No, wait, was it him or no? You know what? I take that back. It was the other guy, the guy with the short black hair. I did not like him.
Now you're gonna piss off some Doctor Who people. He didn't like David Tennant.
I think it's him with the short black hair, just very aggressive kind of. I don't know. I think I saw an episode with him and I was like, I don't know. And then I think we skipped to the Matt Smith stuff and I'm like, oh, I like this guy.
There is no situation. It's just people on the internet being assholes. Doctor isn't male or female. He's a fucking alien. 2,000-year-old alien with 2 hearts. Stupid. I don't get involved in Twitter politics too much, man. Especially when it comes to TV shows. I heard Starbuck can't be a chick too, and fucking Battlestar Galactica was quite fine. I don't give a shit.
Right.
I mean, the fucking Master's been a chick for what, 3 seasons now? No one gave a shit. Christopher Eccleston. No, that's Kyle.
Yeah. Coloring.
It's gonna be a new showrunner. It'll be fun. It'll be different. I like this season. A lot of other people like this season. I like when the show changes. I think these things to stay around, they have to change and become different. And people go, I don't like it when they change it. I'm like, then fuck off. You know? Like for real. I like change. I don't fear change. So I mean, the only time you kind of can't change the gender is when the name has the word man in it. Then you got to rename it something else. Like you can't make a female, can't cast a woman as Superman unless you change it to Superwoman. You know, like okay, there you go, Supergirl, whatever the fuck they want to call it. You know,
Right.
Batman. It's got man in the name. Now it can be black. I don't care. It can be white. I don't give a shit. Never cared, man. It's because you know what? My father never. I grew up. My mother was ultra feminist, and my father was Mexican. So you know, it's like I don't see things the way people see them. I'm like, well, what's the big deal? My favorite movies were Jim Cameron films and Star Wars. You know, Princess Leia and fucking Sigourney Weaver and shit.
Right.
So I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, people have been saying, what's crazy is people have been saying we want a female doctor forever. They give them one. They're like, fuck this shit. I'm like, what is it? Which one is it, folks? It's the craziest argument I've ever seen, you know?
Yeah.
I've heard people complain. I haven't seen the new Spider-Man movie, but I've heard complaints, well, it's because he's young and, you know, I'm like, get the fucking whatever, dude. You know? Can't help you.
Yeah.
I'll call a movie out on his bullshit, but I'm not gonna fucking sit here and nitpick something to death.
Right.
I have a friend I respect too much, but he cannot watch Civil War because it's not 100% like the comic, and I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? You know what I mean? Like for real? You know? No fucking movie has ever been 100% like the comic. Not even The Watchmen. And that's the closest thing there is. Well,
Right.
I can't watch it. I'm like, I can't be you. We don't. I don't agree with that. This is nonsense. This is madness. I mean, even Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood isn't 100% the manga. There just isn't a time where they refine it. As long as it gets the basic story down when something's an actual adaptation. You know, but I mean, I
Right.
read fucking Civil War when it came out because I had to. Worked on the goddamn t-shirts. You know, for Hot Topic. It's like, I'll read this thing. And I'm like, Norman Osborn, I don't care, you know. It's good enough. I'm sorry, show me the fucking comic book where that Wonder Woman movie was a, you know, like.
Don't use logic to win your argument, Rob. Use nonsense.
I mean, I can't even find a World War II movie that's exactly like World War II. And we're arguing over comic books, you know? One of my favorite World War II movies of all times is Inglourious Basterds, and it completely rewrites history.
That's
You know?
not accurate.
Yeah, yeah. And you get something like Dunkirk that does its best, but it can never be 100%. Come on, man. So stupid. I can't tell a story that's ever 100% accurate to what actually happened. Even though I do tell stories that are 100% what happened, and Brandon to this day will be like, "I didn't happen that way. I wasn't actually snoring."
Different perceptions from
Mm-hmm.
different point of views.
Mm-hmm. Many sides, Brandon.
Hmm.
uh
The coin flips both ways.
Oh yeah, he's gonna hate Infinity War, and I feel sad for those people because when I was a kid, you know what I was stuck with? I mean, The Crow was nothing like the comic, and thank God.
All right.
I did not like the Crow comic. I liked the covers; I thought they were quite beautiful, but didn't give
Right.
a shit for
Yeah.
yeah. The
The
paintings he
book
did
now.
were amazing. Yeah, but the book, fuck that. I was like, the movie's way better. Nope, nope, nope. Now people have come full circle on that one. Like, actually, the movie's real good.
Right.
And no shit. You know?
I remember too because I saw the movie when I was 8 or 9, and I loved it. I mean, I have Halloween pictures where I'm the Crow. A 9-year-old wearing the big boots unlaced. The everything. But it was just like I never read the comic, and then later when I got older and I saw the comic, I was like, I'm good with the movie. Let alone the fucking sequels. Jesus. So yeah.
I had this idea back in 1996 for a Crow sequel. I wanted to set it in Italy during World War II with the Venice docks and have this opera singer get murdered by the Nazis or the Mussolini fascists and have the opera singer be played by Alanis Morissette.
Pretty cool.
So they have those gondolas and shit like that and light them on
Right.
fire, the fucking. It's like, it'll be dope have her riding the fucking little World War II motorcycle and shit with like a Tommy gun.
Have you been to Italy?
No.
You really like Italy. You should. I'm surprised you haven't been.
Yeah, well, I got this
I
thing
don't.
called
I mean,
like
I say that like it's
I had
an
this thing
easy
called
just
student loans,
trip, but
bro. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Right. I'm not. I'm not
and now
saying
I
like,
have this
oh
thing where I don't
man.
have a job. Like, I mean, I make money, but it's not,
Right.
traveling to
You
Italy
don't.
money.
You don't fly to Italy every weekend like I do.
Yeah. So,
No, I just meant like
that's why I've been
And
considering it over the next year, just taking some kind of side work so that, like a regular thing, so I can just use it to put money
fund that.
away and then actually go travel and shit. Yeah, because I'm never gonna be able to afford to travel on this kind of money, dude. Yeah.
Internet money.
Yeah. Well, I don't draw enough porn.
Oh, you should do like Ashley and
No.
draw me
Draw chunkies.
in a dress.
Draw you. Yeah. Draw you in a dress.
Mm,
Voluptuous.
voluptuous.
Voluptuous. Lead heavy.
Yes.
Spud.
For those watching, if you listen to podcast 70, uh, Delicious and Dungeons, you will hear Ashley, Gang Feather West, say that I am voluptuously chunky, and she draws me in dresses, which I'm okay with.
I mean, the Mask movie was nothing like the comic. I was glad to have it though. There were not a lot of good comic movies going on at the time.
Did Malibu publish that?
Dark
The
Horse.
Mask? Dark Horse. Was Malibu owned by Marvel? Is that what I'm thinking of?
No, Marvel ended up buying them later,
Oh, okay.
but the rights are still tied up weirdly, so like they can't make a Prime movie. It's a whole thing with the rights.
The drawings, Dom, are for private collection, so unless you got the big bucks, you'll never see them.
Big butts,
Big butts.
big bucks for big
Big
butts.
bucks. You gotta pay to see me that way. Alright, this is looking decent. Which means Rob will hate it.
What is Brandon drawing? The same thing over and over again, essentially.
Pretty much.
It's
With a few
construction stuff.
variations.
It's just construction stuff I'm making him do. It's nothing. I'll work till 1 tonight to get ahead. So I can finish this up in the morning. And get the colors hopefully done tomorrow. Probably not. Probably get the colors done the next morning. But then I can at least send these fucking dudes an update and be like, it's getting done.
Right.
I email back every day. Well, with good reason. They had plenty of lead time. I just fucking con and, having to go to Indiana for my wife's father and then getting sick and then all the other deadlines ramping up. I can't blame them. It's just
Right.
I can't do it any faster. Plus, right in the middle working. Oh, we gotta go look at this house. It's like, oh, and I gotta make dinner and clean the kitchen.
Domesticated rub.
I would never let my wife cook, bro. She's good for like the holiday thing, like stuffing and shit like that. Because she's from the Midwest, so she has pretty good recipes. I still cook the bird. Other
Right.
than
No,
that,
I said you're the domesticated one.
and she's no good at it. But it's just like the schedule I've come up with allows me to do everything I need to do. But when there's like these crunches, it's like I try to explain to her. I'm like, you're gonna have to like make a fucking egg yourself. Like tonight, I had to stop and go just make this fucking grilled bread. We ate this low carb bread she makes. It's got tons of fiber, which we need. And she's like, "Can you make the thing?" I'm like, "Just put it in the pan with some olive oil." She's like, "I can't do." I'm like, "Fuck." I'm like, you can't. You don't want to.
Right.
So they're not printing tomorrow, so I know I have that. But I mean, I was so ahead of schedule when I first started, so they know it's not me. It's just the way it works.
Right.
It's not like this is a habit I have. It's just fucking way it all worked out. But it's like even with these deadlines, I'm still taking my hour a day to write game cave because if I fucking don't, it's never gonna get done. You know, like
Right.
so. I'm supposed to be drawing at Star Wars commission right now, but I need to get this fucking finished. You know,
Right.
like all that will get done in the next week. Just fucking chill. You know, like all you people just need to chill. You're all gonna get way more than what you paid for. No one's ever received a commission for me and been like,
This guy
overpaid,
shorted me.
overpaid. I mean, Brandon, you own commissions. Have I ever fucking turned in shit that was like, well, you know,
Nope.
even those shitty $10 sketches were worth way more than $10.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm still waiting on my Daredevil, but you know.
Nope, no, we refunded.
No, I want my fucking Daredevil.
No,
You know what? The other day I was just looking at that rough draft you did of his design. You know, with the big gloves with the wrists
yeah,
and the badass look, and I'm like, I want this fucking Daredevil.
no.
I should have sent it to you. And it wouldn't have made a difference. You wouldn't care, but
I cut Brandon off from commissions until he has all the equipment he needs.
I don't want any more. So whatever. JK. I always want more.
I gave you that Batman, Saucy.
I know. I was waiting for you to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wonder if he remembers the Batman.
I remember everything I draw. Let me zoom out. Plus, with the writing thing, if I don't, then I forget what the fuck I was doing. Even though it's all there written down, it's like, I don't know. I don't know why anyone's doing anything anymore. Yeah. The motivation's right there. I'm like, yeah, gotta keep your head in the game. Well, you'll like the color pencil stuff. The internet doesn't do it justice. Brandon, have you seen any of this stuff up close? I don't think you have.
Not the new colored pencil style.
No. I might have to bring something with me. Like, I know I have that Daredevil Punisher thing to do for my buddy. Maybe I'll do that and then show you a Daredevil you can't have. That'd be fun.
You would do something like that.
I would. I'll drive to Surf Bros. Bring you an empty box.
This is why we're not friends.
Later, Garland.
Later, Garland.
Nah, maybe we should do the trailer ones again. I don't know. I like when Rich comes on. Because he's so batshit crazy. Your opinions, I guess, you know. Where's my extra lead? Please don't tell me I have to get up.
Hey, Rob.
Get up. What?
Yeah, I'll wait till you come back.
Yeah, give me a minute. I gotta go grab some lead. Yeah, what's up?
24 days.
So what?
Do you know the greatest thing on earth is back? What's the greatest thing on earth in my mind?
I don't know.
Come on, man. Really?
Surf Bros.
No. What do I love more than anything? And you do not like it.
Women with emotional scars.
No, I like them. They're just bad for me. Football.
Huh.
Football starts in 24 days. I mean, it's already preseason, but actual regular season starts in 24 days. I got my first well, not my first ever, but my first one for this year. I got a football draft on Saturday. Yep.
Manchester versus Spain, Venezuela. Right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a couple weeks though, Mayweather fights McGregor.
You picking Pele for your fantasy?
Yeah, all day Pele. I need to look at skin color.
He comes out there, he just fucking puts him in an arm bar. You know, it'll never happen, but it would be funny.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
Rogan was joking. He's like, what if? You know, he said, just fuck it.
Right. I don't care.
Brandon likes the Arizona Cardinals. Right?
I do not like, sir. I love Arizona.
He didn't like how last year I told him how his season was going to go just by watching how their stupid promo video. No, it went exactly the way I said it would.
I don't
I grew up in San Diego. I know a loser team when I see one. Over promising, telling me how great the coach is. Clearly he was overweight. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna end up in the hospital, and this team's fucked. No, it's not because that's exactly what happened. Clearly looked like he was on borrowed time.
Your negativity, sir.
But it happened. Like, it'd only be negative if it didn't happen. I was right. It's exactly what happened. I watched an episode of Friends where Ross played rugby. That was fun.
I played rugby in high school. I played football, soccer, rugby.
Bro,
track.
if football players didn't have helmets on, they would. I mean, this is that thing. You know, they go, rugby's tough. We don't wear helmets. I'm like, yeah, well, if they did, they'd be hitting each other twice as hard, and it actually makes it worse. You didn't have this many fucking concussions when football was wearing those little leatherneck helmets. Because, you
Yeah.
know, but now they think they're impenetrable. They're just hitting people at like 7 billion miles an hour. Well, Rogan was saying they tested them like 111 dudes for like head injuries and 110 had them. Like, it's crazy. Some astronomical number. You know? You guys gonna go to the playoffs this year? Is this the year, Brandon?
Man,
Your
you're
team
just
goes
full of
all the
hate.
way. Is this it? Is this the one? Tell me how
Ooh,
great the general manager is. I want to hear.
well, his name is Steve Kime. His
He's a genius, right? He's got some
his name is
secret
Steve Kime.
plan.
See, you don't
Yeah.
know football very well because 2 years ago the Cardinals went to the NFC
Oh,
Championship.
the championship.
So they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but they made it to good in the playoffs. So
Mm.
I actually went to the one of the playoff games. But anyways, hater, they did fine last year. They had a couple mishaps and they did not make it to the playoffs.
They were what I thought they were.
But they'll bounce back this year. I'm willing to bet money they'll make it to the playoffs.
Well, see, you are betting money though. It's called fantasy football. It's a whole thing. You put your money in the pool. You're betting money.
1 second. 1 second. Gotta grab my charger. Hold on. You may continue, sir.
I don't have much
But
more to say about it. Don't care.
that is true. You do not.
I think I have to go to a baseball game tomorrow.
Wait, what?
My wife's work got us. Has to go to this whole high school baseball game thing in college. I don't know, one of these fucking things around here. And they're like, "You gotta go, bring the husband." I'm like, "I got shit to do. This is not a good time."
Wear a hat and sunblock.
See, the whole point about American football is really simple. These guys came back from war, and they were gonna murder one another. So the states in the United States used to fight one another. They each had their own little militias and shit, and like little towns would fight other towns. So the way around that is they made this game called football, which allows them to pretend to go to war with one another. Cities versus cities, states versus states. That's all it's doing. It's simulating the need to go fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't have football, this whole fucking country would tear itself apart. Guaranteed.
Yes. That is right.
It's not really a sport so much as it is like a steam valve for bullshit tribalism.
Yes.
No, ice hockey is not like an army that you line up on a field. Football's played just the way we used to fight wars. It's no different. We used to sit on the hill with the drum and march it. Now we play, Queen tunes.
Yep.
Another 12 minutes. You gonna read Dark Knight Metal?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'll pick up anything Capullo draws.
Yeah.
That's how it works for me.
Yeah, it'll be good looking, at least.
Well, I'm glad they went back to the muted colors and not that neon weird shit they were
Right.
doing on that year one weird thing. Hot pink. Not with Batman.
Right.
I have limits. Those are Wonder Boy colors, not. The most colorful I like Batman is the animated series, circa 92 to 96. Yeah. That's the sound of Brandon trying not to fuck up the lines.
Pretty much.
He hates it when I'm sitting there like watching him move the pencil. I'm like, go ahead, draw it. You can't do it when you're watching.
Yeah, I need to look up a color anyways. So.
What now?
I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Should I just call in tomorrow, Rob? Make up some excuse for I shouldn't work.
You don't get paid days off.
No, I don't.
So, no.
Oh, shit.
Hmm. a lot of time shading that for no fucking reason. Where's my gummy razor?
John says he's got to leave for work in 15 minutes, and I can go for him. Nah, sure. Actually, yeah. I'm sure your job's a lot
Or the
nicer
last
than
time I let
mine.
Brandon use a computer for work, that did not go very well. Remember, Brandon?
No.
What's
And
control open?
in case I ever forget, you'll remind me.
What's control open?
It's Control O.
What's close?
I don't know.
What's copy?
Control C.
See, you're forgetting all your stuff.
Control C is copy.
You didn't know what close was.
No, I don't remember that. Well, that and I've been using Clip Studio also, which is a little different. It's kind of the same, but different. So I've been going back and forth. So I know, the stuff certain things I need to know. It's just some of the ones I click the wrong things sometimes when I'm using the Clip Studio, and I'm like, ah, fuck. Like, what did I
Yeah,
hit?
I make Brandon use Clip Studio now, just so I can see and monitor how well it's helping people who have poor line quality. See how much is making up the difference.
I'd say it is.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't really help with problem solving, though, does it?
No.
Right. So it's not a talent generator.
No. Definitely not that.
Knows how to use Maya and ZBrush. No, he doesn't.
I know how to use Maya.
Oh, you think you remember, but it's been almost 2 years.
It's been a bit of time, but I still watch the wife use it and still can.
Oh.
Sometimes I can sit
I
down
watched
and move
that
stuff
football
around.
and that UFC. That doesn't really mean. Yeah. When I was a kid, I watched Karate Kid. That I could pull that shit off.
You could. E31, E35. Okay.
Alrighty. It's almost 1 o'clock now, so I need to catch some Z's and I'll be up working on this at 9 a.m. So in about 8 hours, we'll come back and get this wrapped up.
Yay. And I'll be at my day job.
Yeah, so it'll be one of those things when I'm streaming and I don't talk for like, be like, I need to talk. I'm like, I'm sit here talk by myself. So, I hope I don't have to go to a stupid baseball game tomorrow.
Oh, you will.
I
You'll
hate
love it.
baseball. I told my wife, I said, last time I went to a baseball game, my uncle dragged me out. It was 2000, 2001. And they had this guy called Caminiti, supposed to be some big baseball player. So we're sitting there, and apparently they hit a grand slam, which I guess is like the biggest fucking play you can make in baseball. All I know is I
All
was
right.
bored shitless. So I was there for one of the biggest plays ever made, and I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I want to go home. I want to eat a burrito or something. Get the fuck out of here. It's not a game for me, man. So,
I don't like baseball. It's boring to me.
let's see if we can. All right, everybody, we'll come back and wrap this up in the morning. Say goodbye, Brandon.
Bye, everybody.